All right, so we are recording. Welcome to National University live session for Management 608, and it is Tuesday, February 2nd. So just want to welcome everybody to the live session. Um, and each live session, and it's once a week, and it's 5 to 6. Been teaching at National for a while, and it seems I've kind of tweaked that a little bit, and this cross-sectionally seems to work best for the number of students. So of course I record all the sessions, and I do upload them, post them in class to watch for later. So if you can't be here, and it's not mandatory, if you can't be here because life gets in the way sometimes, then make sure you watch the recording. A lot of what I cover in the live session is walking through the assignments, like the kind of your main assignments each week. Of course, answer any questions, of course. It's important, like on the assignments, that we're all on the same page. What the university sets out for the criteria, how I grade it, what I'm looking for, and that you, as the one reading and interpreting and creating, we're all on the same page. I know when I was a student, I didn't like surprises, and that's what I want to do for you all as well. So why don't we pause there just for a hot second. So for week one, it's just so we get going. I do like to take a minute and, I'll introduce myself briefly. And then since you're here this evening, I'd like to just for you to take a minute and introduce yourself, see how your names, what's your name, kind of whereabouts you live. You don't have to tell me like street address or city, but at least kind of what states, get an idea, or what country people are attending, because we do get students all around the world that join in. That's always interesting. And then where you're at in your academic journey, and then lastly, what do you want to get out of the class? And that's always, I like to hear that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and jump in. So hi, Dr. Richard Sands. I have been teaching part-time for since 2007. I've taught a number of universities, Capella, University of Phoenix, National, of course, Azusa Pacific University, a couple others, and I've taught undergrad, graduate level, pretty much anything in business. I think I think in that time, I've covered, and from accounting to law to business to the supply chain type courses. It's kind of my bailiwick. For an education, I got my bachelor's degree in accounting and finance, and I got my MBA both from Pepperdine University. I went on to get a master's degree in Six Sigma from Villanova University. And then I thought one day in around June 2009, I think I'll get a PhD, which was quite a bit of work. It was quite the journey. But a few years down the road, I did finish up my PhD, and it's in management. And I wrote my dissertation on Six Sigma. It's kind of a passion of mine. As far as career, have worked for a number of Fortune-sized companies. So the last 20 years, it's worked for Pacificare, Kaiser Permanente. I was previously at United Health Group for 11 years as a director of consumer experience, and I've been with Providence Health and Services for the last year as a director of optimization. And in a lot and with that, in this class, there's, you're looking at throughput, looking at timing, how this affects that. And, with the work I do every day, that's my role, is to help optimize Providence to run better, more patient friendly, increase cash, how improve our experience for our employees and the like. Um, One of the things that I always like to share with my students is all my education has been in the evenings. It's been with a family. It's been working full time. I like to share that because I get it. I was once on that side of the camera, or on that side sitting in a chair, learning, and I understand things come up. So, while while they're this syllabus, and it's I don't, part of the university not accepting late assignments. If you have something that comes up that's impactful, like in teaching through COVID, that hit pretty hard, or just whatever, reach out to me, and we can work something out, because at the end of the day, I want you to have a really good learning experience, and I want you to get an A if possible, right? And so, I get it. So, all right, well, I live in Southern California, engaged to my fiance, and I have two older daughters, late teens, early 20s, that are doing their thing in school and all that good kind of stuff as well. So I'm going to stop talking and go ahead and turn it over to you to share a little bit about yourself, and go from there. So whoever wants to jump in, we can do that, and then after that, I can just pick you if you haven't gone. So whoever wants to go first.
Well, since my mic is accidentally on, how you doing,
Right,
everybody?
roll with it.
All right. Dr. Sands, how you doing? Just walked in the room. Sorry I'm so late. Missed the time a little bit, but my name is Cornelius. I'm a music producer, writer, publisher, and clothing line designer in my respective state. That's my third year in business as far as my clothing line and fashion. But I've been doing music over 25 years, and
Oh,
I'm
exciting.
still in the process of perfecting it. I don't think you could ever do such a thing. I think it's progressive, just like most businesses, and I enjoy doing it. This is my second year in this particular program. Um, and thus far, I've picked up a lot of information, and I've been able to use it in my own business. And I plan on continuing doing so in this class. So eager to learn, eager to meet new people, make relationships, and please meet everybody.
Good to meet you. That's exciting. And whereabouts on the globe are you sitting this evening?
Oh, my computer's a little low.
Whereabouts are you calling in from?
Oh, from Texas.
Texas. All right.
Yeah, I'm right next to Houston, so that's my the main supply chain for my marketing distribution.
That's awesome. Great. Well, welcome. All right. Who wants to go next?
I will, if you can hear me.
Yep, can hear you.
All right, this is Ryan Pizzo. Sorry if my audio is wonky. I'm actually waiting for my internet to be restored. I'm doing this on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, but I live in Moreno Valley, California, so Southern California. I work for RUHS. It's the county health system in Riverside County. I do quality analysis and compliance for our 340B program, which is a program that actually helps patients receive discounts for their medications and the way of cash pay. So that way, when their insurances aren't covering, they can stretch that dollar a little more. My experience so far with National, this is my fifth class. in my MBA, and I am excited and actually just getting some of my grades back from my last class and being happy about that. So I'm excited to take this course, move forward. I like technology. I like working with Excel and analyzing information and seeing what it means to an organization, as that is kind of my bailiwick, as you said. I want to use this eventual MBA to help further the department that I work for. It's kind of underfunded and underutilized throughout the county, and I want to just kind of lift it up and kind of lead it into a more prominent position for myself and my coworkers.
Very good. All right. Well, welcome. I appreciate you sharing for sure. You're going to get plenty of Excel work in this class, that's for sure. All right. Yeah, definitely. I taught this class a while ago, and I was working with the dean at the time, and he's like, "We need more Excel work for these guys." I'm like, "Okay." So there you go. As easy as that. All right, who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to be brave and turn on my camera. Let's see if I can get it. My name's Leanne. I live in Texas. I am in Temple, Texas. So I guess about 45 minutes north of Austin. We've been here for about a year. My husband's in the Army. We have 2 kids, one in college and one is 14. We moved here from Alaska. So since we've been married, we've lived in Colorado, Louisiana, Alaska, and now here. He's got 2 more years and he retires. So we're excited to stop moving around.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was a teacher for 10 years. And then after I kind of was thinking about getting out of teaching in Alaska, and after COVID, I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Changed a lot. So decided to try human resources. I just like working with people, helping people. So started my MBA. I have 3 more classes after this. I work at an Amazon fulfillment center in Waco, Texas, as a HREP, so associate partner. And I was okay with Excel, but we use it every day running reports, and I'm learning a lot every day. So I'm looking forward to learning more.
That's good.
Yeah, so we'll see where it takes me. I don't know if I want to stay with Amazon forever. I was super gung-ho, but it's a high stress environment. So
yeah.
especially working at a fulfillment center, because we have like 500 people at a time on site. So there's always something happening.
That's like working in the work that I've done in healthcare. I've actually launched 2 large service centers from, concept. And, once they get up and get going, it's, a couple hundred people, and it's just go, 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 go. And I can imagine that would be kind of parallel to the environment you're in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Emily Yu. I live in Southern California too. Beautiful weather here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now I'm on my 7th class for my MBA program, and actually, I personally doesn't have any experience in business, but I'm doing this project because I work in Navy for 8 years already. I was trying to go to officer program, so that's why I'm trying to get a higher education, since right now I'm at shore duty. I have a lot of time, and so far every classes I've taken is so different from each other. I haven't deal with all this like financial accounting or this Excel too. My last class, I just start to use Excel. It's very exciting. I love to use this thing though. It's very useful. I don't know, why? While doing my daily life, I don't use it, but this is a really good thing.
Yeah.
Looking forward to study more on this class too for that. So I probably can use it to deal with my, my family budget, for stuff. It looks good.
I use it for, I've been using Excel for 20 years and I use it just everything, my own, like you said, budget, work, I live in Excel at work and yeah, family budget and, other things, it always cracks my fiance up. 'Cause I'm like, hey, I did a quick Excel on it. Let's go graph. You're like, it's our shopping list. I know, but it's cool, huh?
That sounds great. That's my learning goal.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. And yeah, so far I'm still like kind of confused about our assignments. I'm looking forward to get more details about it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
You betcha. Well, welcome. All right. Who wants to go next?
I could go. My name.
Sarah,
Hi.
before you jump in, this meme popped into my head. If I don't share it, I'm going to forget it. So if you could hold on one second. There's this meme where there's this, I think it was a dad and a son or dad and a daughter or something like that. It was a parent and a child. And it was about school and it was a bell curve, the bell curve is, right? And so in the bell curve, it's like, going into, grade school, and then high school, and it's a math bell curve and how you need to learn math, right? And so it's the kind of as you progress in like, high school and then college and, you kind of get to the top of that bell curve, like on learning like math. And then you go down the bell curve and then it says inner work and management, and it says just learn Excel. So like, yeah, pretty true. So anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I always thought that was a funny meme. So
No, you're fine. Hey, so my name's Sarah. I'm from Fresno, California. My BA is in psychology, and I just decided to turn things around and try get my MBA. I am in hopes of going back to psychology. I just got into the business just because I thought it was interesting. So since it's a shorter term than the psychology, I shortcutted it for a little bit. I am a school teacher right now, and I have 5 children.
you're busy.
Very. Yeah, so yeah, and it's I've never done Excel either, but it's fun learning all these new things, even though it's kind of challenging at times, but it's pretty good as I'm going.
Yeah, and in that, for everybody, and if you're watching this being recorded, you have a team. You do have, team projects, and you have a team, you have classmates, and of course I'm here, and I'll touch on that in a second. But reach out, because I'm sure there's going to be some folks who are like, like, yeah, I've been using Excel forever, and some folks like, yeah, I can spell Excel. I don't know if I can use it yet. And that's a great thing about class and team environment and stuff. And yeah, so definitely. Go ahead.
That was it.
Oh, okay. And where do you live, Sarah?
Fresno, California.
Oh, that's right, Fresno. You started off that way.
Yeah.
That's the thing, with one's education, talking cross sectionally. Once you have it forever, and no matter what you do, there's always a business component to no matter what you do, if it's music, if it's counseling, you're gonna teaching, HR, no matter what you do, there's always a business component of that. So, having a good knowledge or good working knowledge of business is just going to help with the trade, itself. So, all right. Well, we'll narrow it down to just 2 more. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
All right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liza. I live here in Southern California as well, in beautiful San Diego. We have nice weather. She just said that.
Yep.
So I work in logistics environment. So I'm not very familiar with this functions of Excel. I've used Excel, but it's just like a your normal spreadsheet use and stuff, but
Yeah.
never that in depth. My bachelor's is in supply chain management as well. I finished back in 2016, so it's getting me a little bit to get used to taking classes again.
Yeah,
But I'm
sure
glad
does.
we're like all helping each other through the practices, and also like asking questions to you and perhaps my teammates. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, welcome. Nice to meet you. And you know, one of the things about National University, man, it's like you blink and class is over. So,
I
you know,
know.
that's one of the things I
Correct.
always say with my students. First week, you know, check out week 4, because, you know, usually week 4, there's always a project or team something or a bigger paper or whatever. You know, don't wait to week 4 to look at that. You know, look at it right away and get an idea. Of course, in this class, it's I think the week 4, I think off the top of my head is 2 team. I think it's a paper and a presentation, and I think you do a elevator pitch, if I remember correctly. So, all right. So Irene, I think
All right,
it's all you.
I'll go. My name is Irene. I'm on my last course for my master's in organizational leadership.
All right.
So yeah, mainly the program is about the human aspect, the behavioral aspect of organizations, and this class is the complete opposite. So it's totally great to have a little bit of a different perspective on how organizations work. My undergraduate is in psychology, so I really do like the aspect of people. And let's see, I work for National.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, I do. Student services.
All
So
right, everybody, we gotta be in our best behavior. We gotta-
yeah, with this degree, I hope to, continue working for this institution, and we'll see where it takes me. So
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Welcome, and you know, congratulations for being. It sounds like you're at the end of
All
this
done.
journey. You know, and it's school is a work. It's a commitment. You know, it's sacrifice, and each class, feel good about yourself, because that's one more class down, and before you know it, it's like
I
I got one more
know
class.
it went by really fast. It really
Yeah,
did. But it was great.
good. Well, welcome to class.
Thanks.
All right. So, as far as communicating with me, the best way during the week is just send me an email. Like I said, that's my work right behind me, and I got my computer right here, which I have up and check during the day. And so usually, I try and respond back like as immediate as possible. If you email me towards the evening, I would have logged out. I probably off my computer, around 5. Usually I'm on around 7. So if you send it, a little bit later in the evening, probably won't hear from me until the next morning. On the weekend, I'm not sitting here. So, on the weekend, if you need something, you can send me a text and say, hi, this is Sarah from, National University, or from 608. And then, I got a question for you. And, if we can do it by text, great. If we have to set up a call or whatever, we can do that. I usually tell folks, don't call me on my cell, because, Verizon, a lot of times you go to spam, or it's, number unknown. And I just usually don't answer my phone, because people I know who know me, well, if I know them, I know them. But, I like, folks like yourself, and they just shoot me a text, and then, we can take it from there. So I do really try and respond back right away, because I know how important it is. And I don't want to, hold you up if you need my help. So please don't hesitate. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen. Let's see here. Where are others? at work, we use Microsoft Teams. And so Zoom is a little different, of course, but that's all right. Because we love technology. And I do have 3 monitors, so I get lost to what monitor I'm in. All right. Look at it over here. So, all right, we're good. I'm sharing the screen that I wanted to share. Okay. Definitely, you know, some of this, I know it's kind of I just want to kind of give some general overview. I know, you know, if you've had class before, you're familiar with some of the navigation. I don't take a lot of time. One of the things I do say is please, you know, check your announcements. I think your guys's, you know, system looks the same. I know I get the teacher review with some other bells and whistles, but I think, you know, it's kind of the same for you guys. Definitely, you know, check the announcements, make sure. And if you haven't done so already, you know, look at the announcements I posted, because I do provide some information here in the beginning. One of the things, you know, I wanted to show all the announcements. Let's see here. I think that's all of them. Oh, we're going to go to this view. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just did welcome to class and then asynchronous, and I'll start here. Please watch this video I created on APA formatting and look at this example paper. With APA, I actually used to teach APA for a while. Boy, talk about a dry class, man. Anyway, you know, the APA manual, it's actually a really great manual. It has a lot of good, you know, guidance and how to write papers. But it's a lot. I mean, it's a whole manual with everything under the sun on APA, you know, and like when I wrote my dissertation, you know, it was hundreds of pages. I had hundreds of references. I had many sections and subsections, blah, blah, blah. I needed a lot more out of the APA, you know, working through all that. In the courses like here, you know, unless it's like a capstone or a major project, but in your classroom, most of the papers, because, you know, in all my teaching, it's, you know, 3 to 5 pages or something, maybe 10 most. That's not a lot. So there's only really a few things you need to master to really nail it on the formatting. And that's one of the things I am a stickler on the formatting, because in business, it's important in, you know, communicating in a structured format, you know, most of the time, right? I'm not saying 100% of the time, but, you know, you're writing a report, you know, doing something for your boss, you know, or if you have employees and you need to write something and disseminate it, you know, you want it to flow, you want it to be logical, you want it to be easy to read, okay? And so what you learn in APA does translate very nicely to work, okay? Not like letter of the law, but it helps, okay? And APA, I mean, unless your assignment says, this is a reflection paper, you need to tell something about from your perspective, unless that's in your assignment, it's third person. It's always third person. And the reason is because when you're in third person, you're talking about the thing, right? The object, the subject. That's where the focus is. The focus isn't on the writer. And in business, that is, again, for the most part, what all you're writing is you're communicating about the thing, the task, the subject, the program, okay? So watch my video. It's like 4 minutes long. I just hit some key points, okay? And I tell you how to set up a paper. On the title page, I do require a slightly expanded title page, well, a few more elements than the basic APA. And in the APA manual, it gives an example saying, you know, these are the minimums. Then it says, or as per your professor's discretion or something like that. So I require just a few more points on there. Nothing, it's not crazy more, just a few more. So make sure you see that. And then, I just talked through how to set up your paper. You got your title page, you go into your first page, your page number, top right hand corner. You got your title of your paper is on starting the second page, right? Title page, second page, and then your introduction. You always have an introduction, always have a conclusion, always, regardless. And your introduction and conclusion, it's a paragraph. So a paragraph is 3 to 5 sentences, not 10, not 2, 3 to 5. And you don't write introduction. It's your paper title, your introduction paragraph, and then that tees the reader up to get an idea of what they're going to be reading. A lot of times, again, at work, you'll have an executive summary, or you're gonna write a summary or an introduction to what you're going to be turning in or what people are going to see, right? And then after that, you're going to have your you're going to start like the core of your assignment, because you got a core piece that's that's dictated to this relative to the assignment. You want to break that up with at least level 1 headers, because in that way it aligns to the grading. And then it keeps the focus on, okay, this is this section, this is this section, this is this section. I don't know how many times over the years I'll get papers that are just like 1 4-page long paragraph, and not, that's not okay. I actually wouldn't, I would just turn that back, because I'm not gonna try and fish out where you're at and everything. So, and then, if you need a level 2 header, I go into that. And then your conclusion, you write conclusion paragraph, which you actually say conclusion. And, conclusion is basically the other side of the coin of your introduction. Your introduction says, you're going to read about this. Then you read about it, and your conclusion says, hey, this is what I just read about. And then your references and appendices if you need it. You don't need a running head. Running heads went away with APA 6. I do have it on the example paper, but I crossed it out just to show, hey, we don't need those. So, it is important. The thing is too, everything here is per APA. The title page, yeah, I do have a little bit more for me, but the rest is out of the manual. You master those particular items, and you can take it to any class you go to. One last thing on this, and then I'll move on. What I like also about using the level 1 headers, or maybe level 2 if you need level 1 headers, it sets you up a very nice template. Okay, so like if you have multiple sections, like section 1 is about remotes, right? Remote controls. Section 2 is about earphones, etc. So what you do is you use those level 1 headers to actually set up the sections of your paper, and then you can go write about it. And sometimes you may start off, because with the reading, you go, you know what, I'm like red hot on section 2 right now. I just read it. It like ties to my job. You know what? Jump in and write section 2, and then section 1. I'll leave that up to you. Anyways, so I'm going to move on. Please watch the video, check out the paper. If you have any questions, please ask me. Okay. So for team assignments, you do need to get into a group, and I can show you where to do that. It's super easy. I mean, I tell you right here how to do it. Maximum 5 students per group. If you're due to 6, I think I said you can't go over 5. Then I'll just move somebody. Anything over 5 is just too much. It's just too many people. So maximum 5. You do have actually 3 specific team assignments. Okay, 1 is a team agreement, due week 2, super easy. You've probably done it before. Name the group, you know, what you're going to do, who's responsible for what, when you're going to meet, et cetera, basic, you know, kind of logistical stuff. And then, you know, the other two group assignments, which are the main assignments really, is do week 4. That's your team report, written assignment, and Excel. So that assignment, I don't remember if you submit it 2 separate places or you submit it together. We'll have to check. So those go together. You know, basically you'll do your work in Excel, and then you'll take all that and, you know, write about it. And then the presentation, which and they all work together, right? So do your Excel, write your report, create your presentation. It just flows like that, but it's all on together, you know, in one alignment. And I will, in the week 4 live session, I'm going to go through like how to, you know, properly set up a presentation, you know, what to put on there, what I'm going to be looking for, and just make it real easy for you to set up your PowerPoint, align it to the grading, and fill it in and be done. So make it real easy for you. And then the elevator pitch. The elevator pitch is it's super fun. Most times students really enjoy doing that because it's a little different. Now the elevator pitch it's individual. So it's you do it, you turn it in. However, it's on your team project. So because I've had students, they'll turn it in and talking about something way over there and then they miss the point of, you know, this is the context is your team project. All right, so, you know, here are the live sessions, like I said, and when we'll connect, and I'll always put out a Zoom link, you know, an hour or 2 before, and then, you know, go from there. Oh, and as I talk and go through stuff, you know, please stop me, you know, if you got any questions. This is, you know, interactive. I think I got, let me see if I got Zoom going right here. You know, let me change the view. There we go. Okay, we'll make sure. I'm gonna put the picture over here. And just make it a little bigger, then that way I don't miss anybody. Okay, great. Okay, so I got you all right there. Okay, so let us go to, I want to start off with the group, where to set up your group, because it's important you get it done right away. So here's your group. All right, you know, I must have set it up where there's four folks per group. That's okay too. Although like this individual here, I'll check it out probably tomorrow morning, see, you know, where everybody's at. And so who this one person is here, I'll put them into another group. So it is, you know, you have a group of 1. Well, you got 1, 2, so we got 6, 3 times 24 folks. I'll have to see how many students in the class. But anyways, if you haven't gotten into a group yet, that's all you got to do is, like I said, click tools and group, and then you can click on a group and add yourself to it. And it's easy as that. All right, so let me go back to content. And I presume everybody has checked out the syllabus. I emailed it out. And again, if you've had at least one course here, you know, and click here, and everything's in the syllabus. So, right. Let me go to week 1. Okay. Now on the on the readings, there's a lot of reading, you know, prescribed every week, and you know, probably won't have time to literally read 4 or 5 complete chapters in a week. It's a lot, and then do the assignment and get with your teams. So, you know, really have a good understanding of your assignments. And then, you know, I always say read purposeful, right? So, you know, go through those chapters and, you know, pick out, you know, read as much as you can, because, you know, it's great. If you're in a time crunch again, you know, be purposeful in your reading, pick out what you need to do, to do your assignments. Week 1 lectures. And all this is, of course, pre-populated by the university, and they do such a phenomenal job of providing, plentiful of not references of information in different formats. So you got the storyline presentation, you got PowerPoints, you got voiceover scripts, and so a lot of different modalities on how to learn and absorb, what you need. So.
Professor,
Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to the readings and the lectures, how much do you think the PowerPoint presentations reflect what's on the textbook?
Oh, very closely. Give me just one quick second, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in conference calls all day, so it's like nothing. But by the end of the day, man, you get tired of hearing yourself talk. It's like turn that
Everybody
off
has
my
a
head.
cough.
Yeah. No, they're all of it's very closely aligned. So I've looked through, so I would have an idea of like how they relate, and they absolutely do. So, push come to shove, check out a PowerPoint, hit the key, look at the bullets, and I think they have in-text citation too. Don't quite remember, but they definitely are aligned very well. Yeah, it's a really good job on how they put that together. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you bet. All right, and of course, then you have your discussion questions, and again, that's same as every class. And let's see, let's go to what we got on here. There's a lot there, week 1. So let's go to week 1 assignment instruction. Okay, so week 1 assignment instructions, and this really does talk a little bit about what I've said, I believe. So the 4 assignments this week, the first 3 are designed to prepare you for the larger analysis problems, and it does. The weekly Excel work, and it's really not real difficult, because again, the school did a nice job of creating the Excel books where, reading the Excel, and then where to find information. And then ultimately, it gives you spots to plug things in, and you can see it calculate, and I think the assignment 2, 3 are scored with, prescriptive points. The final assignment is assessed on quality. Okay. Once you complete number 1, then you'll be immediately provided with the recommended solution, so you can check your own work. You can then move on to the next assignment, and so on until all 4 are completed. And again, it's, with this, it's really giving you the experience and practice and learning, on Excel. The assignments themselves they're really not very difficult. The idea is just to get you that Excel practice, because when you get to week 4, there's the week 4 assignment is a good amount of Excel work. Again, not undoable, not over the top, but of course, like it says, it does build. So, do the assignment and then turn it in and check it out. Now, one of the things I do want to share with you, like when I look at your your Excel work on weeks 1, 2, and 3, what I'm looking at is did you attempt it, and then I can see in the work you're doing. I'm not as concerned as getting the absolute correct answer like on weeks 1, 2, and 3, because it's the practice, is getting used to it and all that kind of thing. I can see if when what you submit, if it was like you just plugged in random numbers, like I'll just put something in there, or if you tried, and I can see if the numbers are close. So I'm not going to be sweating that. I'm not going to be looking at it with a super fine scoped pencil, because it definitely is. The reason it's here is the learning experience, how to use Excel, how to fill in some formulas, and how to do that. Okay. The points per these assignments are not a lot of points. And that's, again, all that is for the purpose of getting into Excel, getting some experience, and then for that you can take, to your job. Because like I said, I'm literally in Excel all day. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Sent me a quick text. So yeah, any questions kind of fundamentally about that?
Professor, I have a question. Well, I didn't see the topics for discussion anywhere.
So if we look at, let me just go here. Well, I'll tell you what, let's hold that one for a second, and then let me kind of work through, so I can work down the list here, and I'll definitely hit the discussions as well, for sure. So
Okay, that sounds good.
yeah, definitely thank you for bringing that up. All right, so yep, week 1 assignment instructions, and that's your Excels. Let's go down here. Of course, APA. Let's see, 1 hands-on analysis. Okay, this one here. I want to look at this one. So this one here talks, a little bit about teamwork, and I'm actually going to put a video in here I created to be part of it. But there's a team formation cycle. It was actually created by Tuckman back in the 60s. And it's really very cool. I created a neat video that I forgot to put in here that gives another dimension. And it really does hold true all these years later on what people go through. Sorry about that. Like I said, kids. So it does really go through, and it holds true on what people experience, in teams. Like, for example, like I just finished up a year-long huge systems implementation, and along that time, there's some people that dropped off, and towards the end, a couple that had been on the project the whole time, like even when I started. One, they went off, they left the company. It's like, oh man, I'm used to talking to this person like every day. Now they're gone, so it really does walk you through that and what you experience. Okay, let's see here. During week 1, you should complete the following item in preparation for your final project. So this kind of walks you through, and what you want to look out for and key on as well. You do have quizzes in as well. It looks like you got 4 in week 1, and quizzes are I think pretty straightforward. Majority is true, false, multiple choices, and are I think nicely aligned to the reading, and most students don't have any issues with that. I think so. We talked about that.
I had a question about those quizzes, Professor.
Yes, sir.
When I was previewing them, and I know we have one for every chapter, but it looks like the quizzes are just a 10-minute time frame. Is that correct, or is that a estimated time frame?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because that is an absolute time frame. So I always give more time. And thank you for reminding me. I would have done it already. I think quizzes, tests and quizzes are all needed, in academics and everything else. But I like to give a little extra time, because I do want it to be a learning experience as well, and not necessarily feel like you got to rush through it. And if I had more time, I could actually learn something other than just having to rush through a quiz. So I'll definitely extend the time on the quizzes to give you extra time, so you don't have to rush through it.
Appreciate
All
that.
right. Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up. So let's cruise on up to the discussions. All right, so yeah, so click on coursework and discussions, and there you have it. That's screen's frozen. Okay, there we go. Week 1, and these are the discussions underway. Week 1 introductions, which I did check in on you guys, and nice job at saying hello to everybody and introducing yourself to your peers. And excuse me, you do have, here's your discussion question. So just, click on your week 1 discussion. And you can go ahead and start a new thread with answering, the question and writing about it. And then you want to, reply, because you have to reply to the minimum number of submittals. And so then you can go ahead and do that. And that's how you do discussion questions. All right, and this is a really good looking discussion question. Initial post. It's nicely laid out, provided the required requirements. So I just picked one at random, but it looks like Jessica has done a nice job at her discussion post right here. Okay. And that kind of brings us to the end, of what I wanted to cover. I was like the introductions to first class, just go through some basics, take a look at the classroom, go through week 1, and of course, answer any questions. Oh, and plus get in a group and then answer any questions that you have. Any questions for me that I haven't covered that you were hoping to discuss, or actually any questions you'll have at this time?
Professor, I do have a question.
Okay.
So for the discussion, right? I just found out the discussion, like what's the discussion questions for discussion 1? Because it's under, I just found out it's under week 1 discuss which week 1 introductions for discussion 1. But how about discussion 2? I didn't see the questions about it. What you should discuss on?
So if you just keep the way that they kind of work holistically is really just scrolling down, so here it tells you about when your discussions are due, and then how you want to write about it, and then just keep scrolling down. Then the first part is, since it's week 1 is your first part, and it's your introductions and then your 2 discussions, and then just keep scrolling down. And then you have week 2 and your discussions, and then kind of so on and so forth.
We see week 2 discussion, every post, every peer review.
Yeah.
So
So
I see the topics now.
Yeah.
And one more question about it. So what's the due date for discussions? Because
Yeah,
on the
so-
syllabus, it's Thursday night.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you do want to do Wednesday. So thank you for pointing that out. I will change the syllabus. That must have not been updated. There's, in a classroom, there's so many moving pieces and parts and different sections. So Wednesday here is correct, is when it's due. This first week, I'm not going to worry about that because, I got the course going a couple days late. So just, ultimately get in there, as soon as you can, get in. Hopefully, today's Thursday, hopefully you can get into the day, get your initial post going, and then just make sure, you respond to 2 peers by, by Sunday, because that ends the week. Then you go into the next. So for this week, definitely I'm not gonna be worrying about, that again, because I got class started a little bit late, so I apologize. But yeah, so those are your instructions, and just scroll down and you'll get all your all the discussions one could handle. So
Thank you very much for that, because I got confused of the questions. I read through, but I don't know how, like I just missed the bottom part for about what's the content for the topic.
yeah.
I just saw it. I don't know how I missed that. All right.
You know, there's a lot of going on in class, and you know how to navigate through, and you know, it's especially, you know, if you don't think to keep scrolling down. Yeah, that definitely happens. So all
And
right.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
Also
okay.
about the assignment, right? So I went through the assignment, week 1 assignment instructions, week 1 assignment. So when I click it, right, it tell me to upload stuff, upload the assignment. But what is the assignment?
Right. So every every week you're going to upload, you know, an assignment. And so like, you know, here's week 1, a different view. I don't know if you guys get this view, or just I do, but you know, each assignment you're going to have, and you know, I need to change this to 3, 1 of 3, because this one is, looks like 1, 2, 3. Well, they must be calling this number of 4. Okay, I see what they did. So yeah, just you know, click on you know, the assignment, and then you can. I think this is going to take me to actually grading. So I think mine looks a little different from the teacher perspective, but ultimately you're going to do your Excel work, and then you're going to upload that Excel book or your written assignment to, you know, your student portal, and then that will populate in this section right here. For example, Andrea has already completed hers and it has uploaded and it's ready for me to grade. And so then that's how I go through and grade them.
Ah, I see what's going on. So there it says, when I open the assignment, it said, let's test your skills now using the file below. So that is the assignment. Oh my God, this is just a misunderstanding. So I thought the assignment is not listed, but that's the assignment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, again, those assignments, and then, you know, another way to look at it is, you know, here on the left and going down, you know, your week to week to week. So there's a couple ways there.
So I open it, and I'm just gonna answer the questions on the inside the Excel sheet, and save it, right, and upload it.
You got it. Yeah. Open the Excel book, save it to your local drive or your cloud server first thing.
Mhm.
Do your work, save it, close it, and then just upload it to, you know, that assignment part that I can grade it.
Oh, I see. Thank you very much. I got it.
Oh, you're quite welcome. All right. Anything else?
I have a question after class, if it's okay.
Sure. Yeah, totally. All right. Any other questions? And then Sarah, just when we get through, I'll end the recording, and then we can just, if you got some other questions or anything you need to talk to me, we can just do it then. No problem.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. Any other questions? Okay, well, I usually upload the recorded live sessions. So the next 3 will be on Tuesday. And so I usually will upload those first thing Wednesday morning. So for this one, I will upload it Friday. And so, you know, if you can take that video instead of Netflix and chill, you can, you know, rewatch this recording and chill. Just teasing with you. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Welcome to class. I'm super excited that you're here. We're gonna have a great learning experience. And I wish you all a great evening, and we will talk again soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye, thanks.
Bye. Thanks. Thank you.
You bet. So I'm gonna stop sharing and then stop recording. Give me 1 second. What is my share button? That's not what I'm gonna do. Sorry about that. Oh, stop sharing. There we go. All right. And then we stop recording.